I somewhat have my breaking point. 14 will be really slow coming to that. Especially here. Rather be safe than sorry, especially on Switch 2 speed. You screw up, you go a lap down.
Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back. Highside Broadcasting coming back to you guys live again here tonight, this time from Daytona for the ERL Developmental Series on Wednesday night. 2 races left until the playoffs. Super Speedway racing at Daytona tonight. Should be a fun one. I am excited to get this thing underway. Like I said, just a couple races left until the playoffs. And the playoff picture looks quite tight. We will be sure to talk about that throughout the race tonight. Pack racing, probably going to be a lot of single file, but highly expect to see some double file and maybe even 3 wide racing here tonight. So, that being said, like I said, we'll talk about the points later, and then should have a solid 15 guys or something like that for tonight, so. Looks like they're waiting on somebody to join the lobby before we get ready to go.
I'm just gonna do roll call, and then obviously I'll wait for Mike to get back. You're obviously his side. Tennessee? Hero? Wrigley? Jim? Yep. T-Dub? Prime? Yikes. Archive? What's that? Hootie Hoop? Hootie Hoop! Worry. Ben? Yes, sir. Real smooth? Damn, Tennessee, we got Max? SEC team now. Rob? Everybody's here, we just gotta wait for Viper. 80 lapper. Pits are 0, 0, and 1. First stage is 24 laps. You do get 24 through the tank, but when you go green, it'll say 23.
Alright.
So you will need to save a little bit.
Alright, we're almost ready to go for Daytona. Can Daytona follow up the race we had a week ago at Michigan? The race we had a week ago at Michigan, probably the best race of the season. It was phenomenal. It was an extraordinary race. 3 wide, 4 wide, virtually the entire field, the entire race. And we had a first-time winner, Wrigley Dust getting in victory lane. Adding some nice bonus points to his resume as, like I said, we approach the playoffs, so it should be fun. Here we are getting in 15 drivers tonight, and not all of them are in the playoffs, which means some of the guys in the playoffs are not racing tonight. So if they're around the cut line, that'll, sorry, answering a question, that could play dividends into who makes and who misses the playoffs. Alright, here we go. 2 wide, the entire field, 15 cars. Crangers, man, on pull, though it's a super speedway. This will be anything but guaranteed for Crangers. Skins on the outside, Hootie Hoo on the inside, right behind Crangers. Looks like Prime Gamer in the 5th position there on the bottom. You got R-Tide up top. The 20 car of, I think that's Dubs, is up top. Can these guys on the bottom hold it? And can the guys up top make it work? Here we go, the entire field maintaining 2x2. R-Tide, though, Wiggly, gun looking in the middle here, 3 wide? I don't think that was intentional. Skins on the outside, R-Tide behind him, Dubs, the 9 of Tennessee. We got Craners on the bottom. I think the 1 is clear, and the outside prevails. R-Tide is clear as well. They jump down. They're going to leave the 20 and the 9, the 8, all of them out to dry. The 38 and the 24 as well, and they're going to have to try and regroup and maybe try and make it work again, though everybody else on the bottom, it's not going to work. So Skins and R-Tide take the lead from Crangers and Hootie. Everybody's starting to drop down further back. Viper gets to the bottom. Real Smooth gets to the bottom. Tennessee finds his way down in front of the 8 of Wrigley. And will we see guys build up runs? You can see the 2 is leaning off of the 99 a little bit. He's got the 5 at trackside and the 20 of Dubs behind him. The 12 at T-Raw. Maybe going to plan something here from the 5th position. Try and get his way to the front. The 8 a little Wiggly. Wrigley is Wiggly there further in the back. Got below the apron there for a quick second. The 5 leading off of the 2. Now he's pushing him pretty hard here. As you can see, a clear gap between the 99 and the 2. So some intent there, whether he's given space or planning a run. Not sure which one. Looks like Rob has lost the draft there further in the back. You can see him pretty far back there in the 7. Meanwhile, Skins and R-Tide continue to lead. R-Tide had a phenomenal run going a week ago at Michigan before lagging out. He is currently inside the playoffs. Pretty safe. Mac Attack as well has lost the draft and some lag here on the 21 car. Don't know if that's Mac or the lobby. Looks like Rob is down pit road already. Oh, the 99 Wiggly big time there into the corner. I don't know if he got the glitch that's in turn 3. Now there's a sizable gap between Hootie Hoo and Crangers. He could try and build up a run here. The 20 to the outside. All by himself. Dub's going backwards. Skins and R-Tide continue to lead here with Crangers in 3rd, Hootie Hoo in 4th, Prime Gamer rounding out the top 5. Single file the entire field here. And they should be able to go the distance in stage 1. I believe the first 2 stages are 24 and 23 laps. Everybody shouldn't have an issue making it. especially at Daytona. Very easy to save gas at Daytona. I think the tank says 23 or 24, so they should definitely be able to make it these first two stages. And then the final stage, doing the math, it's an 80 lap race. That'd be about 52 lap stage, which would be, that'd be 2 pits in the final stage. Likely a no tire stop in the second one, but we'll talk about that when we get there. And if they do have to stretch it 24 laps in the first stage, which I think is the case, that could be the reason behind a lot of the gaps between the cars, trying to save a little bit of extra gas so they can race that out towards the end of the stage. You know, bonus points on the line. Those are crucial as we head to the playoffs. Wrigley Dust, real smooth going to the outside. Bam 1 staying on the bottom. Mac Attack coming out of pit road. He's going to lose a lap here. Oh, Wrigley into the fence. Him and Real Smooth, I think, had a little bit of contact. There was a big gap, though, between Crangers and the 2 leaders. There's still somewhat of a gap here, likely just leaning off to save gas. You can see some space between him and Hootie, and then Hootie and Prime, and then a big gap back to trackside. He's leading T-Raw and Viper. You know, I always say, you know, we start out with 15, and then I say, and then there was 14. Then there was 13. I think this lead pack is down to what? 3, 4, 5, 6. $11, something like that in this lead pack here, 11. So then there was 11 we're down to already. Rob, that's not going to be good for Mac Attack if Rob loses a lap. Is Mac in this lead pack? He's not. I was going to say those two could fight for the free pass. Skin's currently leading here. We will talk about the points now. So, Crangers locked up the regular season championship with Technowcy and Mac. Rob, Skins sitting in 5th right now. Crangers and Technowcy all have multiple wins. Mac has a win. That's the top 5. And then Hootie, Wrigley, Explosive, Prime Gamer, and Kari is the top 10. Wrigley and Kari have a win. And then Viper is in 11th. Those guys are all locked into the playoffs. And all of them are here tonight outside of Explosive, who has not been here for a while. And if he's not here the next 2 weeks, will be removed from the playoffs. R-Tide is in 12th, plus 70. Pretty safe as long as he races these next 2 weeks. He should get in. Real Smooth, plus 40. Dubs, plus 37. And T-Raw, plus 35. Those 3 are safe. Barring, as long as they show up, they should be okay. I don't see them losing that many points. All 3 of them should be fine. And then you get down to Bow Hunter, plus 18. He's not here tonight. So that's big. But Corey, who's minus 18, also isn't here tonight. And then the 3 that are here tonight, Band 1, minus 77, Tennessee, minus 83, and Trackside, minus 95, are here tonight, but they're pretty far out. Looks like we got side-by-side racing, a ton of it. Craners on the outside, but they are not linked up together at all. Hootie Hoo and Prime Gamer bouncing off each other. Skins on the apron now, forcing R-Tide to the outside. This is getting it dicey. Viper was just in 8th. Now he's up to 2nd on the bottom, bringing Band 1, Tennessee with him, and I think R-Tide and Crange is going to get left out on the top side. R-Tide trying to get down. Viper's there. Forces his way down. R-Tide manages to get down in that 2nd position. And Skins and R-Tide remain out front. Cranger's a net loss there. T-Raw, I believe, a net loss. Hootie Hoo a net loss, but Viper, Band 1, they gain. Tennessee gains. Hootie Hoo's still on the outside losing spots. Prime Gamer also on a pretty big net loss as well. See Trackside towards the back end. You got Rob, who's a lap down, and then Real Smooth. And if they keep racing like that, this 3 back there might actually be able to gain. And Mac Attack's in that group with Dubs and the 20 car and whoever else. Mac trying to get to the 7 of Rob, be the battle for the free pass. You can see, I believe, Viper laying back to build up a run. Band 1, Tennessee, 2 new guys, 2 guys below the cut. Jumping to the outside goes the 24, bringing the 9 with him. The 9 jumped on the 42, forces the 42 to stay low. Crangers and T-Raw, trackside, all going to the top. They got the numbers. Trackside ditches, goes to the bottom. Now it's a 4v4. He dipped out on him. Now the advantage goes to the bottom because it's even here, 4v4. The bottom is the favored line. Prime Gamer just trying to hang on to the draft. He's losing it. And that is the best thing for Mac Attack, because Rob has lost his lead pack as well. Prime Gamer, and then Rob and Real Smooth. Hootie Hoo as well, so that pack of 3, Mac could end up running Rob down. That's something to note. Side by side here up front, all 8 of these guys, door to door. Viper, I think a good side draft there. Lean the outside up a little bit. R-Tide using them up, though. Got to hold the bottom with Band 1 trackside on the bottom. Crangers, Tennessee doing a great job. T-Raw, oh, they're not anymore. 3 wide, and they're hitting each other. The 9's in the fence. Crangers losing spots. And the inside is going to prevail again. They just cannot get linked up on the outside. It is harder to get linked up on the outside, that's for sure. You can see now trackside, as he says it's my turn. We saw Crangers get a run. We saw Viper. Now it's trackside's turn. Muchball Skins leads and R-Tide is second. Band 1 and third. Trackside to the outside. He's bringing Crangers, Viper, T-Raw, and Tennessee with him. And we're starting to form a second pack back there as well. And we're coming to 10 to go. There's plenty of time for stuff to happen here. Uh-oh, they're misaligned again. Crangers to the middle. That's going to hurt. Now he's dropping to the bottom, and that run is stalled. Viper, Crangers losing spots. Crangers gets down in the 4th spot, so he ends up staying where he was. Let's check out this second group for a minute. This is big. This pack of 4. Mac, Hootie Hoo, Dubs, and Wrigley have run down. Oh, we got a wreck! The 24 is flipping. The 9's in it. Whatever happened up there, we missed it. And the caution is out. We were checking out the second pack that was forming, and a wreck had happened. Viper and Tennessee was in it. Viper was flipping. And that's going to end up helping Mac and Rob out. Mac actually gets the free pass over Rob, so he did get past him. And then that's fortunate for Rob because he will then get it at the end of the stage. So this caution benefits both of them. They're both going to get back on the lead lap. It's just, Rob just has to wait a little longer. So now this is going to mean Skins is the leader. R-Tide's going to be up top. Band 1, then trackside. Alright. Oh, never mind. Little bit of strategy here, maybe with the tires, with the fuel, maybe guys hit damage, faster, slower stops. R-Tide's the leader. Crangers up top, Band 1, trackside, and Skins loses 5 spots, back to 5th. T-Raw does, oh, lag! T-Raw lags and takes out 4 cars. And that's an immediate caution. 3 cars. Rob, well, there's your free pass, Rob. And then Dubs and Tennessee. That was an obvious lag there and took all 3 of them out. And this is going to shake up the lineup again. Some guys are going to pit, some aren't. Crangers actually nosed out to the lead. Crangers is going to be the leader here. Wow. This is going to get interesting because strategy is big at super speedways. And with this next stage being right on the money, with cautions happening later in the stage, could prevail for strategy next stage. Crangers the leader, trackside, Skins, Hootie Hoo, Wrigley the top 5, and you can see T-Raw on the 12 pulls off back there. Not trying to lag into anybody else. Looks like it's just random. I mean, he hasn't been lagging the whole time. He doesn't look to be lagging right now. But he's leaning off, and he's going to lose the draft here. We have 4 to go in this stage. And look at the side-by-side action here. Guys hitting the apron on the bottom. This is going to give the outside some momentum as long as the bottom guys don't get into him. Trackside leading this outside group. He's got Hootie Hoo, Viper, Tennessee behind him. Skins up to second now on the bottom. Wrigley behind him, last week's winner. And then Mac Attack. Remember, he was a lap down. Now he's up to fourth. R-Tide in fifth. This outside is not prevailing right now. They have the numbers. They just don't have the track position. Trackside is side by side with the fourth car on the bottom. 3 to go, and they're all starting to drop down. Now Mac Attack's in position here to potentially back up and get a run. R-Tide behind him. Cringer, Skins, and Wrigley, the top 3 out front here. And there goes Mac. He's got no help though. R-Tide sticks to the bottom. Trackside behind him. Hootie Hoo. You can see some guys. I think Dubs has lost the draft. Real smooth as well. Alright, we're coming to 2 to go. Time is running out for Skins, for Wrigley, for guys in the back. They start making runs. Matt could end up losing the draft here. Oh, Wrigley almost got his way under the one. Here comes R-Tide on the bottom. Wrigley going to get left out. R-Tide's been working the bottom very well. You can see Trackside leaning back a little bit. Hootie Hoo and Viper behind him. Could be testing out a run. R-Tide looked. Didn't really set anything up though. Mac does not lose the draft. Wrigley now could though. Here we go. Trackside, Hootie Hoo to the top. They got Viper. It's a 3v3. Tennessee goes to the top. It looks like Prime and Mac are going to stick to the bottom, making it a 5v4. Bottom favored here. White flag in stage number 1. Cranger's the leader. He's been the stage winning king this season. He's also won a lot of races. Skins right now is in prime position to get something going down the backstretch. He looks. I think you got to try it on the backstretch and hope guys go with you. I mean, the safest thing to do would be test it off of 4. Because then if it don't work, you don't lose near as many spots. Looks like he's leaning off a little bit. Gonna be getting a run. Oh, faked it? No, he didn't. To the outside comes Skins. No, maybe not. Mac on the bottom. Side by side. Cranger's gonna get it. Skins, and we're 3 wide across the line back there. R-Tide in the middle. What a stage here by these guys, and Cranger's gets it done. Skins second, Prime Gamer third, R-Tide, Mac Attack the top 5. Tennessee, Hootie Hoo, Viper, Trackside, and Wrigley. So this entire front group there got stage points. All right, what a stage there! What a finish! That was exciting. Back-to-back really entertaining weeks. Obviously, Michigan was not even fantastic. It was phenomenal a week ago. Looks like some strategy is going to get T-Raw to the front. Tennessee on his outside. He's got Rob behind him. Crangers, Wrigley, Dubs. Crangers losing a lot of spots on that outside. T-Raw, Tennessee, Rob, Wrigley, Skins, the top 5. Prime Gamer in 6th. Hootie Hoo, Trackside, Band 1. All these guys on the bottom, while Crangers and Dubs, Mac all lose spots on the outside. It's going to be a long single file line. I think Dubs is going to be having to stick it out on the tail end of this thing. Here we go, T-Raw now leading this thing. So now we're going to have to see guys like R-Tide and Crangers and Trackside, guys that have been at the front have to work their way back to the front. They're at the back end of this thing now. And we got racing towards the front. Rob, Wrigley, and Skins, all RCR drivers, all three of them working together on the outside. I don't think they're very linked together, though, and they're going to drop down to the bottom. Wrigley's still up there in the fence down the backstretch. Losing some spots. Oh, big lag, and the 12 does it again. This time he's leading the race, and I'm sure that's going to hurt the 9. Now he's getting up out of the way, and that's twice now. Nobody wrecked as a result, but I guarantee you that 9 car's got damage. Wow, that's unfortunate. Leading the race. T-Raw obviously had that lag that brought out a caution on a restart earlier in the race. Prime Gamer underneath the 9 to the lead. I wonder if the nose damage doesn't have something to do with that. Prime Gamer now to the point. Hootie Hoo, Rob, Trackside, Cranger's all behind him. Oh, contact the 9. Can't keep it up there. Down into the 42. Now single file, most of this field. Skins and the 9 and the 8, they're in jeopardy of potentially losing the lead draft here. But yeah, that's really unfortunate for the 12 leading the race. Lag spiked. Likely gave damage to the 9 car, pulled up out of the way, and you know, it's not like he's lagging the whole race, it's just random spikes, and he did it on a restart, brought out a caution, and happens here while he's leading. That is unfortunate. A run here by Trackside and Crangers to the outside. You got Prime Gamer and Hootie Hoo on the bottom. Where does everybody go? Looks like Crangers dips out on the 5. Trackside has been willing to work this outside. And it almost worked that time. I think if Cranger sticks with him, at least the 5 gets clear. R-Tide back up to 5th. Tell you what, he's been doing a good job at getting back in front through the field. He's been up front, ran inside the top 3 for a little bit, ran second and got trapped into the back, and now he's back up to 5th. R-Tide has been one of the big movers of the race, and here we go. Trackside and Crangers again going to try it. R-Tide looks to be favoring them. But here comes the rest of the pack. Where are they going to go? Viper, real smooth, sticking to the bottom. They see a couple free spots in front of them. Oh, 3 wide here? Yeah. Viper going to go by all of them. And this is going to work out for Trackside and Crangers. And we got contact. The 42 sends the 99 into the 55. Hootie Hoo kind of getting ping-ponged around there. That's going to hurt R-Tide for sure. I think all these guys are just fortunate they didn't wreck. Wow. R-Tide just needs to keep it in the draft. It looks like he's going to lose it. So I don't really know. Did that work out for Viper? I mean, and that, I don't really... He would have ended up 3rd if he would have just pushed the 2 and R-Tide, but he went underneath him and passed him, but as a result, the 5 and the 14 got clear. And now he's running 3rd behind them, so I guess it was the same for the 24. It just hurt Prime Gamer, and it definitely hurt R-Tide, as he has lost the draft. Single file now again throughout the field here, but we have seen a lot of attempts, like guys trying to get the outside to work. We've seen it work a couple times, we've seen it fail a few times, but they continue to try and back up and get runs. They should all be able to make it this stage. It is a 23 lap stage, or it's a 22 lap stage. They definitely can make it here. 15 to go. Single file throughout the field. Cranger's trying to sweep the stages. Trackside out front trying to get some points. Viper, Prime Gamer looking for a playoff point to add to their resume again as we close in on the playoffs. 2 races left, Daytona and Darlington. And then we go playoff racing. Wrigley on the outside all by himself. Now he's got skins, but they're not linked up. And it's just 2 of them. It's never going to work out with just 2 of his. You know, if I'm in the 5th or 6th position right now, I'm probably talking with the guys around me. Like, if I'm Prime Gamer riding in 4th, I'm talking to Real Smooth, I'm talking to Ban, I'm talking to Hootie. If I get a run here, guys, will you go with me? I don't want to lose 10 spots, but I want to go get the lead here. Viper looks to be laying off a little bit. We've seen him plan a couple runs this race. Looks like he's just sucking back up to the back bumper of Cranger's not actually going to make a move. You know, it also is about the trust. Does Viper, does Prime Gamer, do they trust the guys like Real Smooth and Ban to stick with them? Do they trust them to hold their line? We've seen a lot of issues on the outside where guys try and get pushing and nose to tail and they get misaligned. Even Rangers did it. Pushing on the outside, and next thing you know, he found himself in the middle. And the outside line falls apart and the inside prevails. The inside has prevailed a lot of times. We have seen the outside prevail at least 2 or 3 times this race. Right on the opening, Skins and R-Tide make the outside work, got clear of Rangers, took the lead. We've seen just here, Trackside and Rangers made it work. A little bit of discombobulation there towards the back, but mostly single file throughout the field. Mac Attack running the high lane there. Looks like he got shuffled out. Gotta be careful doing that. You can do it up in the front, but if you do it in the back, like those 4 guys now are in jeopardy of losing the draft because of that. All 4 of them could lose it here. Because they all got side by side and misaligned, and now they could all lose the draft. It's close on whether they're going to lose it or not. They might be safe this time. I think because of the accordion effect getting into the corner, I think they're going to be okay here. They're fortunate. That could have been bad for those 4. They're getting a run. You're never going to make anything happen back there, though. I know you're probably bored in line. You know, you don't want to run in 10th for nothing to do. I understand that, but, you know, when you got 4 guys at the back, and there's 10 guys in front of you getting a run, and you're not going to clear all 10. There they go again. And now Wrigley's in the fence. He's likely going to lose the draft now. It's just not going to work. You need guys in the middle, or for sure the guys towards the front, to make the runs, and you got to go with them to try and go somewhere. Mac on the outside all by himself. It's not going to work. You can see Viper laying off. I don't know if he's testing the waters here, trying to build a run. Maybe he's laning off to save gas. He could just be trying to give him space. That's the likely option. He's probably just, you know, don't want to rear end him, just giving a little bit of space. Trackside, Cranger's leading this thing. Viper in 3rd, Prime Gamer and Real Smooth inside the top 5. Single file almost all the way throughout the pack. These 3 in the back keep trying to make something work. It's just never going to happen from that far back. We got to see it happen closer to the front. 10 to go here in stage number 2, coming to 9 to go. Band 1, Hootie, they're in position here to maybe build up a run. Looks like they're all going to stay in line. I think the best option here is for Viper in 3rd. If anybody's going to build a run, it's probably going to have to be the 24. And I think the 2 would go with him. I think the 38 would go with him. And if that happens, I think then, if those 3 make a move to the outside, I think it's going to come down to what the car behind those 3, which would be the 42, what does he do? Because if he jumps to the outside, well, now you got a big advantage, 4v2. And you could get something going. But if he jumps to the bottom and it's a 3v3, that's gonna, everybody else behind him is obviously gonna choose the bottom, because a 3v3 is never gonna prevail on the outside. The inside's the dominant line. You need at least a 5v3, 4v3. With the right guys, a 3v3 could work. But I think the faith on which, if the 24, the 2, and the 38 go high and make a move, I think their faith of whether it's successful or not, they might be able to get one clear if it's a big enough of a run. But I think if band 1 goes to the bottom, which, from his perspective, he goes to the outside, the guys behind him are likely going to go to the bottom. If he goes to the bottom, well, now he just got by those 3 guys on the outside. So it's a net gain from his perspective, but you can't, if everybody has that mindset, the leaders are never going to get past. But it looks like the 4th place car, Prime Gamer, is either checking up big or is building a big run, and I think he timed it right. Here we go down the straightaway into the tri-oval. Is he going to just lift when he gets there? There he goes to the outside, the 38. Left him out to dry. The 42 stayed low, Hootie stayed low, and Prime Gamer's going to lose some spots. So now if you're the 38, you just showed your hand. The 2 ain't going to trust him the whole rest of this race. The 2 wanted to make a move, and the 38 said, I'll take one free spot here. And now he's riding in that 4th position. If I'm the 38, I understand it. It's one free spot closer to the front. It's better track position. These guys are going to start racing at the end. They don't want to race now, so it's one spot up in line. If you're the 2 car, you're mad, you're frustrated. You just lost 3 spots for somebody who just wanted 1, I guess, rather than jumping the 3 cars at the front. So the 12 going to lose a lap here. Obviously, he was leading this race and lagged, and as a result gave the 9 some front end damage, and he pulled out of the way. The 12 did, and now he's going to lose the draft, or he lost the draft. Now he's going to lose a lap. The 2 is leaning back big again, so he's not just leaning back a little. I mean, that second group has actually lost the draft to the front group. Now they have the numbers. I think it might even be even. I think it's a 5v5. So whether they get to this front pack or not, that's not even guaranteed. He laid back way too much. You can see he's trying to make a move. They might have 6 over there, though. They might have, but 5v6, it's still... This front group is more lined up than that second group is, so even if they have 6 cars. And they're not lined up at all. So he leaned back way too much and lost the draft. If they get together, they can run him down. There's 5 to go. Don't know if it's going to happen. I think it's going to be settled between these 5. Trackside trying to get a stage win. Cranger's trying to sweep the stages. Craters has already locked up the regular season championship. Then you got Viper, Real Smooth. 2 guys that are locked into the... Or no. Yes. I think. Let me double check. No. Viper's locked into the playoffs. Real Smooth is plus 40. Or plus 37. Something in that point range. And then Band 1 is below the cut. This is his 2nd race of the season. So Band 1 riding in that 5th position. That second group, I think, is just a little too far back. Four to go. It's a 5v5. I think the 2 car can get there. He's just out of the range of the draft. So if they gain another couple tenths, then they're going to suck up really quick. And they might need another second before they can get into the... I'm not sure. They're pretty far back yet. And I think they're losing time, so I think this front group is much more organized. Trackside, Crangers, Viper, they're doing a good job leading this thing. 38 to 42, doing a good job pushing. Trying to get away and make it a fight amongst themselves. This is the top 10, though. All these guys fighting for stage points. You got the top 5 and the bottom 5 of the top 10 here. But now you're talking 3 to go. When are these guys going to start making moves? If they start making moves now, that second group could get there. If they wait another lap, or for sure another 2 laps, they're not going to get there. But you can see Viper lifting here. Now the 38 didn't go with the 2. Does he try and fight for the stage win, or is he going to take the free spot and finish 3rd in the stage? It's 1 point versus going for the stage win. Here we go, getting a run. The 12 losing another lap. Looks like he chose to pit. Alright, 2 to go, left in stage 2 here. We got a 5 car breakaway. And then the second group of 5. If anybody's going to make the move, I think it'll be the 24. I just don't know if they're going to have the power, even a 3v2. Those are 2 good cars out front. The 5 and the 14 are competitive cars. I don't know if I see these 3. They got to stay linked, first off. And then second off, they got to time the run. Got to time it right, and then you got to stay linked in order to make that move. White flag here in stage 2. Just now, I mean, does Craners consider passing trackside? I mean, is that something we haven't even talked about that, or is he content just pushing trackside to the stage win? Viper leaning off here. Is he gonna do it down the backstretch, or is he gonna plan it off of 4? Going to the outside, starting to break the draft. The top 2 is. I think that tells you where Cranger's mindset is. They're planning it off of 4. When they get there, they got to go to the high side because they're going to block the bottom. I don't think he's going to get by both of them. There goes Viper. He can at least pick one of them off. He's going to get a little bit of help from the 38. And it looks like Trackside's going to get it. Then Cranger's Band 1 bailed and actually went to the bottom. And I think that's where, you know, again, the 5th car was the determining factor. Trackside, Cranger's, Viper, Real Smooth, Band 1, and then Prime Gamer, Hootie Hoo, Mac, Rob, and Tennessee, the top 10. And T-Raw will get 1 of his 2 laps back. Final stage of Daytona racing here. It'll be likely a 28-lap stage, so 1 pit. Rangers beats out Trackside in the pits and gets to the point. That is big. Trackside now going to have to find his way down. Ranger's going to get out front. Viper, looks like the 42 is going to get down. Not good for Trackside. Mac, Dubs, Wrigley, all guys stuck on the top. Trackside losing a ton of spots. Oh, I'm sure that's all his pit crew. I mean, Crane just beat him out of the pits, I guess, on the stage break, and he's going to go from leading the race, winning the stage. I mean, he's going to be dead last. Or no, he found his way down. A couple spots away from being last in the pack, but Band 1 up to the 3rd position. Real Smooth, Prime Gamer up here as well. Ranger's leading this thing. As long as we don't get a caution, we will see a green flag pit stop here. We haven't seen that so far. They didn't have to pit in the first 2 stages. Ranger's going to the outside. Viper could be... I don't know what they're doing here. I mean, they could be trying to break the draft, but there's no need to do that when you're leading the race and everybody else is running the bottom. Interesting, they're going to go to the top side, and this is going to give Ban and Real Smooth the advantage, and you can see a big gap now back to the 5th place car. Interesting things going on here. Viper going to get down. Here comes Prime Gamer. Cranger's going to lose a lot of spots. Interesting what was going on there. We'll see where Cranger's can get down. He's going to get down in 4th. Maybe trying to save gas? I don't know. Clearly he didn't want to lead the race. Band 1 now leading here at Daytona. Real Smooth up to 2nd. Viper, Cranger's fell into 3rd and 4th. Prime Gamer in 5th. You can see now the 8 has lost the draft. I want to say the 21 also has lost the draft. Now they're starting to do it as well. Band 1 to the outside. He said, alright, we can play this game. Now he's going to go to the bottom. Does Real Smooth stay up high? He's going to stay up high. He's got the help. Prime Gamer says, screw that. Hootie Hoo going to the bottom behind him. Can Real Smooth get clear? He's clear. I don't know if they're going to get Viper clear. Everybody else went to the bottom. Yeah, they're hanging up there really tough. 38 gonna jump low. Now Viper and Cranger's gonna lose some spots here. Real Smooth to the point. Band 1, Prime Gamer, Hootie Hoo, and Rob, the top 5. Tennessee. Viper. Or not, yeah, Viper. Mac Attack, Wrigley in the pits. I believe those two are done. Those were also the 2 cars that lost the draft. Wrigley trying to back-to-back it tonight. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. He was the winner a week ago. Getting his first win in ERL. His first win of the season last week at Michigan. Looks like these guys are kind of spreading it out a little bit, giving each other some room. They're not so tightly packed nose to tail. You can see some gaps. You know, the 2's giving pretty big gap. The 9 had a gap to the 7. Looks like that gap has shrinked. It's building again. The 12 on the outside, just doing whatever he can, picking a bunch of them off, and then he'll fall back. And then that's all you can really do when you're at the back of the pack. You do that, though, you risk losing the draft, obviously, but... riding along here with Viper as he rides in the, what is that, the 7th position? 8th? 7th, I think he's 7th. Most of these guys looking for their first win. Viper hasn't won. Grangers has won. Skins, Hootie, R-Tide, Prime Gamer, Dubs, Trackside, Tennessee, T-Raw, Ban 1, Real Smooth. Everybody in this field except Crangers is looking for their first win. Because Mac, who has won, and Wrigley, who has won, are down pit road. So Crangers trying to get double-digit wins this season in the developmental series. Fighting against a bunch of guys going for their first win. If you guys are tuning into this thing, what do you guys think? You think the favorite is going to get it done and get his 10th win? Or do you think somebody's, you know, the odds stack against him here? Most of these guys looking for their first win. Is somebody going to get their first win tonight? Is Crangers going to get one? I'd be very curious to see what happens here. You can see Rob and Skins trying to get something going here on the outside. T-Raw as well. Now would be the time they want the 12 to lag. Boost them all the way to the front of the pack. 250 mile an hour down the front stretch. I think those engines would be gone. Leaning back, could the 2 be planning a run here? This is where it gets tough. A lot of laps left. He's got good track position running in 3rd. Does he risk trying to take the lead now versus falling all the way to the back? Real Smooth and Band 1 out front. Would Hootie Hoo go with him? Would he stay low? Tennessee, then Viper. Then R-Tide making his way back up through the field again. It's been a while since we've seen R-Tide. R-Tide spent the whole first stage battling up there. Fell back in the second stage, made his way up, fell back again. And here he comes, right in front of Crangers. Right behind Viper. I think Prime Gamer's maintaining a gap here. In that third position, Hootie Hoo leaning off of him a little bit. Cranger's leaning pretty far off of this pack here. He's got Trackside, Rob, Dubs, and T-Raw backing him, but yeah, he should maintain in the draft. It's always dangerous when you start leaning back. The farther you are in the pack, it's dangerous to lean back. You lose the draft. But from that far back, I don't see you clearing all those cars in front of him. Real Smooth and Band 1 continue to lead this thing here. Tell you what, I think everybody in this field has been up front and they've been in the back. They've been up front and they've been in the back. Pretty sure I think I've called everybody's name probably 20 times tonight so far. Crangers and Trackside getting something going on the outside. They're almost clear of the 99 on the bottom. He might be able to get down, get into fourth. Not quite. They are making something work up there, though. Be something if they could clear the whole field from back there. But I think it's going to be a net loss. They're going to have to get down. They're coming to 15 to go. Still a pit stop yet. Cranders and Trackside trying something again up there. Oh, leaped a few right there. Trying to inch their way to the front. Cranders up to 5th, Trackside 6th. They could be in striking distance now from the lead if they get everybody to go with them. They've got enough of cars behind them now where they at least have a fighting chance if they go to the top. Cranger's trying something here. You can see him leaning way back. Gonna get a big run off of 2 likely. He's leading far enough back though. He might not get there until the entry of 3, and that's, you want to time it off the corner so you have the whole straightaway to get there. He's gonna get there on entry to turn 3. Almost to the lead, side by side with the leader here. This could work. They are not very connected on the bottom, but the numbers are even. Real Smooth going up the side draft. Crangers is clear. We got cars getting into each other through the grass. Viper into the wall. That's not good. I don't think that's going to be a caution either. R-Tide, Dubs, and Rob ends up screwed out of that deal. And that all started with the bottom. All them cars got discombobulated and disconnected on the bottom. Guys started getting tail whipped, and that quickly we have a 5-6 car breakaway. I think the 9 could lose the draft yet. And this is going to turn into a 6 car breakaway, and Cranger's back to the point. That sucks for Viper. He nosed it into the wall. They had a big run to the outside, and when the 38 went up the side draft and the 42, those two weren't connected, but they weren't really tail whipping. It was the cars on the bottom behind. Guys started getting 3 wide, and the pushes were now disconnected, and 3, 4 wide. Guys started getting tail whipped into the wall. Let's go check out the cars involved in that. Skins all by himself now. You got a pack of 4 here, but all 4 were involved. Or sorry, this is the lead pack. Right here, pack of 3. All 3 of these guys were involved. They're catching the 9. All 4 of those guys going to be hoping for a caution the rest of the way. These 2, Viper, T-Raw, involved in that. Unfortunate. Meanwhile, towards the front, Cranger's trying to get win number 10. The rest of these guys trying to get there first. Coming at 10 to go here. Pit strategy will play a factor in this as well. Oh, well, that was an opportunity for the 42 there to steal third. 38 went up the track. I don't know if he got hit by the 5 or got the apron, but checked up, stayed in line. Prime Gamer, Hoodie Who stayed in line. They're all going to stay single file here. Pit stop should be right around the corner, because they do have to pit this stage. Likely going to see a lot of no tire calls here. I don't know how bad the tire wear for some of these guys. Maybe some of them will be forced for right sides. I doubt anybody would take 4. If they did, they either screwed up or they got bad tire wear. Because they're going to pit, and obviously there's not going to be very many to go. We're coming to 8 to go now, so not too many laps left in this thing here. Who is going to get it done? Cranger's trying to get win number 10. Everybody else left in this thing trying to get there first. Strength in numbers. If you're racing here at the end of this thing, who do you work with? Pit stops. Everybody's signaling here. All 6 of them going to signal. Getting in pit road is not easy here, especially in a big group. They only got 6 here. You gotta watch. You don't want to go in too slow, lose the draft. You don't want to go in too fast in speed. You don't want to rear end anybody. You don't want to spin out getting onto pit road. Here we go. The 42. Looks like the 5. The 42 could beat everybody in. 4 wide into pit road. They all took advantage of it. Not that anybody's speed. I think they all got slowed down. Nobody looked like they flew in there too quickly. I mean, they were 4 wide, 3 wide all the way down pit road. Hopefully the 2 and the 99 don't have too bad of a pit entrance there where they lose the draft. Obviously, pit stop time here now matters. Everybody coming out at a different... Everybody's coming out spaced out. Not good. I don't know if we had right sides. I don't know if we had no tire calls, but everybody came out spread apart. Except some of these guys, the 38 and the 5 are together, and not too far back is somebody else. And if they all get together... I think if the 14 waits up for the... This is interesting here. The 14's by himself, the 2's by himself, the 42's by himself. And far enough back, you got a pack of 2, the 38 and the 5. And then you got the 2 way back there. and the 99. I think if the 14 waits up for the 2, that's a guaranteed win for one of those two. And I don't know if the 2 is going to get by the 14 all by himself. And now we got these two racing side by side. That's not going to help. These guys are limited on laps. 6 to go. They don't have time to play around. And it looks like the 2 and the 14 are closing up. We got more cars coming out of pit road here. Maybe more tire strategies. I think where these guys fall in line is going to matter. Like, I think these guys all need to wait up. The 5 and the 38 need to work with the 7 here. They got another 3 cars in front. This is not looking good for the 2 leaders if these guys all get linked up. You got R-Tide now. So now you got a pack of 2 up there. And now you got Trackside and Real Smooth. They left the 7 though. Not good. They need to work with the 55 at least. Coming to 5 to go. They need the 55 and the 7. The 7 might still be there. All 4 of them need to work together, catch the 9 and the 42. I don't know how many of these spots are lap cars either, though. The 14 and the 2 have caught each other. I don't see the 2 getting by the 14 all by himself, so he's almost in the worst spot here. These guys need to all work together. They're starting to leave the 55 a little bit. This is looking good now for the 14 and the 2. These guys are not all connected. These guys got to get connected because they got a lot of ground to make up. The 9 and the 42, the 5, the 38, those 4 need to get linked up and go run those top 2 down. They're going to be seconds a lap quicker. That's not going to work. You do not have the laps left to be able to be doing that. I know you want to lead, but you got to get there to fight for the win. This is not at all what they should be doing right now. I know maybe Trackside doesn't trust the 9 to be a good leader, and maybe he doesn't feel they're going to get there, but you're not going to get there racing like that. But well, now R-Tide's going to the outside. This is not working for these guys. These 5 need to get lined up, and they're coming to 3 to go now. 5 is way faster than 2. I don't know if they're going to get there, but their only choice is to push, and they should have did that. They could have used this last lap as a lap to gain, and I'm sure they only lost time. So the gap right now back is 3 seconds. With 3 to go, they need a second a lap. Once they get in the draft, so if they get a second a lap, this isn't going to work, guys. This is not looking good for these guys at all. But they're gaining a lot, though. They're still 2.4 back. Now 2.3 back. They're still gaining a lot. They might get there. And to think the draft, if they get within a second with a lap left, 3/4 of a lap left, they'll have a shot. Two to go. I don't know what the gap is. I think Craners is too scared to look. The gap is 1.6. They gained a ton. They are coming quick. I don't know how many of these cars are lap cars and which ones are for position. Because we had that wreck earlier, but yet R-Tide, some of these guys that was involved in that are here, so the 9, I don't know. The 9 is somehow for position. And now the 2 getting side by side with the 14. We're coming to the white flag, and they are definitely in the draft. And now they're going to start working against each other. They got to work together. The 2 pulls a block. They're there. All of them. But the 5 chooses the bottom. Can the 9 get clear? The 9, oh, the 38 pulls down. The 9 is not clear. And they're hitting each other, the 42 and the 38. This could fall into the... Oh, the 2 contact. They are 3 wide down the backstretch. This is falling right into the hands of the 14 car. The 2 needs to leave off and get a run coming to the checkered. The 14 gonna block. The 5 with a run. It's too little, too late. Crangers, the win. Prime Gamer, Trackside, Band 1, Tennessee, Real Smooth, and R-Tide, this top 7 group here. I figured that was going to happen. They were going to get there, and then they would start working against each other. They needed to stick together and get to the lead and then race. You gotta get to the lead before you guys can race each other. They started racing, and as an end result, none of them got there. Crangers wins here at Daytona. He has now swept both super speedway races as he won Talladega as well on a last lap pass on the 21 car. Crangers, Prime, and Trackside. We will go and pull those 3 in.
Mind if we bring in 4th and 5th as well?
I guess.
They haven't been up here before, so I thought I'd bring them up.
Who was 4th and 5th?
Tennessee and Ban.
Okay. Was Tennessee 5th and Ban 4th?
Tennessee was 5th.
Okay.
That's all I was thinking about.
Alright, just waiting. Looks like they are starting to join. Tennessee, you got a copy?
Yep, got a copy.
Well, looked like a solid top 5 run there for you tonight. Super Speedway, obviously a lot of action, a lot of front to back, front to back. I actually do have a serious question for you. You were involved, I think, in one of the incidents that knocked you out of the lead draft. How did you get back in the mix there at the end?
Just good driving and good teammates.
So you were working with some guys, and I don't even know how far back you fell from being involved in the one wreck involving the 24 getting nosed into the fence, but
I think I fell all the way back to 15th place.
so you fell pretty far back. How did you just... I'm actually curious, how did you get back into the mix there?
Guys just picking the wrong lane at the wrong time and making moves to get there.
Well, solid run for you tonight, and it's going to help you, going into Darlington. One race left in the playoffs. Obviously, you joined pretty late into the season, but a fighting chance yet to get in, so awesome run tonight, Tennessee.
I appreciate it.
we're going to move on to the 42 car, who is in the same boat as Tennessee. Joined a week ago. Let's see, where can I find this frickin' 42? There it is. Band 1, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Well, you joined a week ago, and you come in here tonight with a chance to win. You were leading there for a while, and it was either the second or the third stage, but you were leading, and there coming down pit road, you all got super spread out. Were you in the same boat as Tennessee? Were you involved in that one accident, or were you up in the front? How did you guys get up there?
No, I took I got to the back and then just moved my way back, worked my way back to the front. I have no friends, so I just, every time somebody jump out, I kept going forward because I knew that was the only way I was going to get up there. So until these guys get to know me and know how to race them, I knew I didn't have no friends. I just had to keep picking my way forward.
Gotcha. Well, again, good points tonight. You were up there really all night against Super Speedway Racing, going front to back, front to back. We saw it from everybody. Yep. A lot of good racing tonight, and awesome run tonight, Ben.
Thank you, sir. Joy being here.
All right, we're going to move on to another guy in the similar situation as those two. Trackside, he has been here for a while, but hasn't raced a ton, so as a result, I got to find this freaking 5 car. There it is. As a result, ends up in the same point situation, below the cut, trying to fight his way in. Trackside, you got a copy? Well, it looked like you had a shot there at the end. You guys were coming and were coming quick. I knew you guys had to work together to get to the leaders, but once you got there, I figured you guys were all going to go different directions, and it just fell apart. What more did you need there at the end? Yeah, solid run, and that's a good point you bring up there. Any adjustments? You think your car is good? You ready to go for Sunday? Gotcha. Well, awesome run tonight trackside, and hopefully we'll see you next week at Darlington. But good run tonight. Alright, now we gotta try and find this 2 car. This thing has not been kind to me. It's making me scroll through all of them to find the one that I need. Alright, Prime Gamer, you got a copy.
Alright, copy.
Well, I think you were probably in the worst scenario of all those guys. You were probably hoping the pack got there, hoping the pack didn't get there. You were riding behind Crangers. It is very unlikely you're able to pass him all by yourself, but you know that pack is coming quick and they're not going to help you. You were in a bad scenario there at the end. What more did you need? I mean, again, like I said, you're not going to pass him by yourself, but the pack wasn't coming to help you either.
Right. Right.
You were in a bad spot there. What did you need?
Oh man, I was mirror driving. I was looking at what they was doing because I see they was gaining on us so quick. And I was telling Grangers, I said, we gotta stay in line. I'm doing everything. I'm gonna try to do my best to try to stop their line if I can. And I saw them coming. Then I seen them going on the high side. Then I saw trackside came down on the inside. So I was like, okay, now we good to go now because that just stalled out their momentum. So whoever went on the outside, I can't remember who was on the outside. They couldn't go nowhere after trackside came on the inside. So I was like, thank you. That's what we needed for me and Granger to keep that momentum up. And that's what we got back ahead of them, staying first and second. Then they just started battling behind us for the last lap. So it's like I stayed glued to Granger's bumper. So that's all we needed. I was committed to it. I could have passed them. I might could have passed them on my own, but I said I'm gonna just stay behind them because that pack.
Yeah, you know they were coming, and like I said, it's just being that second car is good when there's somebody behind you, but when there's nobody behind you except for a whole pack that's coming your way, it's gonna take a lot. Like Cranders has to go up and block, and then maybe you stay low and something to happen. But second place finish tonight, and again, you are actually in a different scenario than the other 3. You're locked into the playoffs, well inside the top 10. So you're ready to go, trying to gain those playoff points. 1 race to go before the playoffs. How you feeling?
Oh, I feel amazing, and I'm feeling good for Darlington. Got the best car in my life for Darlington, so I just can't wait to run for Darlington.
Gotcha. Well, awesome run tonight, Prime.
I appreciate it. Eagles, thank you.
All right. Here we are, doing this again. Crangers. Got a copy.
Copy, buddy.
Man, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't even count that high. 9, 10 wins this season. What are you doing down here, man?
Man, I swear I'm not trying to win these all the time.
Nah?
I just put myself in good spots at the end of the races.
Yeah?
So yeah, I was working with a lot of good people this race, so I know who I work well with and where I can make moves where my car was. So
It was Daytona. I wanted to see somebody else win.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Well, Crangers, you obviously locked up the regular season championship coming into this race, so you got that locked up. 10 wins. How do you feel going into the playoffs?
Well,
You won
yeah,
Darlington earlier this year. You go there next week.
yeah. I feel pretty good about Darlington. I know I got a really good car. I think I won by a good amount last time, so hopefully that car is still really good. I can keep up with potentially Prime, who's says he's got a good car, but coming into the playoffs, just about keeping the nose clean. As long as I don't have any really bad races, it should be pretty easy going. But yeah,
Well, Crangers, good run tonight.
I'll take it.
Alright, well, appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight for another Wednesday Night Series race. And like I said, one more race before we go into the playoffs. Darlington next week, going there for the second time this season. Starting to run some tracks now. We ran Richmond for the second time. We ran Daytona. Going to be running Darlington for the second time. And then when the playoffs start, Atlanta, we ran there. The Wednesday Series hasn't. The Sunday group did. But I'm starting to go back to some tracks for the second time. So some, if that means anything, but awesome run tonight for all the guys. It was a great race, back-to-back really good races. Michigan was phenomenal. Daytona was a really good race tonight. First time winner a week ago, 10-time winner tonight. So with that being said, guys, going to Darlington next week and one more race, and that playoff bubble is only getting tighter after the race tonight. So with that being said, peace.